Alright, hello everybody and welcome back. I'm here with more GregTech New Horizons. So we're going to be moving into the new base today, finally. I was a little bit busy earlier today getting the rest of the ground floor mostly built, so there's still a little bit of work to do. I got to put in some more windows on the what's going to be the third layer, and then I'll just kind of show you here. I need to sleep first, but yeah, I still got to put the concrete roof back on as well. I got the Z-Tones blocks in finally and redid the lights and everything. But also, just a heads up, I may have to take extended breaks today because my stomach issues are acting up a little bit. So it's kind of unfortunate. Nothing I can really do about it though. So yeah, if we come in here, I finished getting the iron bars. I figured I'll just use the chiseled tuff up here. It looks fine for now. I just need to get some lighting on there. Because right now these spots are spawnable. So, got these. I decided on the sturdy technical block for this part. Looks pretty good. Whoops. So yeah, this is what we're looking at now. I changed the pillars for structural concrete instead. They just go all the way up to the top like that. So one of these pillars is going to go away for a like walkway to the roof. Probably like either this one or that one up there, or maybe this one in the corner. I'm kind of leaning more towards this one in the corner though. So we're just gonna move the old steam power plant with the solar boilers up here to the corner for now, and go from there. Then if we go down here, I've started a little bit of excavation down here. Nowhere near done. Hit a cave. I actually found a soapstone vein there and a few other things down here. Nothing special. So we won't be building the new steam plant today. I just want to get all the machines and all the storage kind of moved over here into this corner pretty much. So first order of business is we got to get the concrete roof back on before we can really do anything here. And I may do a double stream today if my stomach holds out long enough. And if not, we'll finish the rest of it tomorrow. Let's see. Where's the nether rack? I didn't bring the nether rack over, that's right. We'll just stuff it in here for now. They don't really need that at the moment. Mainly need this and potentially that. We're just going to grab this, head onto the roof. I put a ladder up there for now. This isn't going to be the final way to get up there, like, all the time. There will be a couple of ladders up there, like probably one here, and like one on this side or something. There's also going to be like a staircase, elevator sort of thing in the middle there. Once we get open blocks elevators, I'll be able to do it like proper. So yeah, you'll see I got this all the way around, got all the reinforcement in the ceiling inside. Now we just got to do the rest of it. Shouldn't take very long. We got the diamond wand here. And once I get the ceiling back on, we'll start moving the steam plant over and then everything else. It's going to be a little bit more organized this time around, hopefully. And I miscalculated, yeah. These floors don't entirely prevent spawns, as you can see. None of the Z-Tones blocks do. Which is why we're using a chisel ceiling for now. Now, eventually I may add, like, some smokestacks and, like, maybe even, like, the the slanted, like, kind of sawtooth roof that some factories have. I may add something like that too, at least across part of it, but worry about that when the time comes. It's not really an issue at the moment. I just gotta hope I don't misclick with this thing. I've already misclicked like 3 times in the process of using this thing. And then had to go break an enormous area because of it. It's very easy to do major miscalculations. Since this thing can place 1,500 and something blocks at a time, it's like, yeah. It's not pretty when you mess up. Let's just say that. Now we're gonna set home the roof here temporarily. Just so I don't have to walk back to it. And then we can get rid of this home. Hopefully this wand will hold out. It looks like it will. Nice. Alright, roof is on. And see, I put the stone slabs around the edge so it can't be spawned. Like, eventually I'm going to add, like, accents to the side of the building here that'll kind of stick out and kind of go up the sides, like gutters and things like that, but worry about that later. For now, I just want to get things functioning, you know? So we're actually going to have to do something like this, just so we can get back down easier. And then I'll probably just put some kind of lighting here or something for now. That, or I could just go like that. That also works. Yeah, I like that idea. I don't care if I take fall damage here. Then, yeah, I can start moving all of this trash in. I want to re-chisel the rest of this concrete back into that block so I can just store it. And yeah, first order of business is going to be getting all of these barrels and all this trash moved in. And then we'll worry about the rest of it from there. That's not what I wanted to do. It does some really strange things sometimes, depending on what you click and what you have in your offhand. Like, doesn't always behave the way you'd expect it to, so that's why it's kind of so awkward on occasion. Probably be the best way to put it. We'll just put all of this crap in here. I want to keep the sleeping bag on me, though. So we're going to be just mass moving everything. This is going to be the most tedious part of it, is just getting all this stuff placed down and then organized once it's in the base. For now, it's just going to be stuffed along that corner, though. I didn't use all the blocks I made yet. Like, I haven't used the Tyrian or any of that. I will use it. It's probably going to be... That's probably going to be used in the basement, actually. The Tyrian blocks and stuff. Alright, we got most of it. It's going to be a slog to get over there. At least it doesn't give you higher slowness for carrying more barrels of dollies at once. So there is that. That's a plus. Now we can do this a little bit easier. Yeah, it's gonna be a giant mess to begin with until I get it sorted. And I do need to get some torches on top of it because these things are spawnable. Or we can just go like that. That will also block spawns in this little area, so I should be fine with that. And, the worst, I can just plug one in the corner here to kind of expand it a little. These just block spawns within a 16 block area around them. And yeah, I'll start grabbing everything from the old base. Once I get the rest of those diamond barrels moved in, that's when things will really be able to move on. So this room's just going to get, like, removed entirely. There's no point in this existing for very long. It was just to temporarily store the building materials for this. I still haven't replaced all these with like the cracked variants and like alternate blocks. Like I want to have like a block palette that goes up eventually. It's just that's just gonna have to happen over time because it would take way too long to build this thing if I tried to do that. Alright, there. That's better. Alright, we're just gonna come over here and just start chucking barrels in. Just gonna do that and then remove that. Any barrel that doesn't have stuff in it is just gonna get removed. Any barrel that I can remove, anyway. We're gonna keep this here for now. I need to go do another coffee run and get that producing. I need to fill this up with more slabs for now. I do want these things to continue to run for the moment. Yeah, like these can go away. I actually don't need to use the dollies for these, but I'm going to anyway since I have them. Oops. Oops, I did it again there. It's going to be nice to actually have room now to fully automate things instead of having to do everything mostly manual. It's way, way better. Now we can move the new base home to inside here. There's no point in it being out there anymore. Yeah, I will have to break and replace the taped up drawers, but there shouldn't be all that many of them. I think it was, what, only like 3, so. Because you have to actually, like, break and replace the thing to be able to move it and get rid of the tape. These are kind of a bypass. These are meant for actually moving these Java barrels. They're part of that mod. So. They aren't really intended. I forgot to turn the music on. Just remembered, I've been forgetting to turn it back on. That way there's at least some audio. And yeah, we need this. That's all the coins and loot bags and other goodies. I'm gonna have to come back and put the XP into some cells once I get some free cells too. Yeah, I don't have enough cells to be able to do it right now. It will probably take a couple of days, like, before we really start doing, like, mass automations and stuff. That should be mostly everything for now. So this is going to be a bit of a mess here. Fold up the dollies now. I don't really need them at the moment. At least not this many of them at once. We'll probably be using them like 4 or 5 at a time instead of like all 32. We can just stick them in here, and just got to remember that they're in there, so now we got to get everything sorted. That's the fun part. Alright, need to find my tools again and get situated here. Let's see, we don't really need that. Just going to need that pretty much. Yeah, that should be all I need. Because then I can just take this off. We can go pop these 3. These just have saplings on them. Now when you place them, the tape goes away, and now I can access everything in it again. Alright, so let's see, where is Cobble? I should probably also put some torches down, that would help. So we can actually see what the heck I'm doing here. These will work. I don't want them that close. Alright, now we can actually see what we're doing here. And then I got all of these to go through. So all the storage, all these Java barrels are going away. Like, but I'm not too worried right this instant about getting rid of them. Like right now, they're gonna go away over probably the next day or 2. Alright. So let's just get a more sensible amount of dollies out. Do this. I want cobblestone. I want stone. Then I want deep slate bricks. This. So yeah, I'm thinking we have like steam multis like over here. We'll probably have the storage like right in here. Low voltage can be like right in this area, right next to the steam multis, which are probably going to be there in that very corner. So I gotta decide where I'm gonna put the storage here. Kind of leaning towards like right here, honestly, in this area. The storage is going to be more spread out over time, so that's the thing. Could put it on this wall and then just move down from there. I think that'll be best, honestly. And then just go like this. I need to get my backpacks out. Those have the stuff I need in it. One of these backpacks that has used slots has what I'm looking for. There it is. But yeah, it's in one of them. Gotta find it. Alright, then we can just pull probably just a stack out, honestly. I don't need that many. Now we can just pull this garbage out now and pack it into the barrels. Mud. Where are the mud? Right there. And then the cobble barrel is already over there. So let's just pop these in with the others for now. Three, four, and there we go. That'll do for now. I gotta be careful because once I remove those chandeliers, this part's gonna become spawnable as well. So I gotta watch what I'm doing here. We want marble, sand. Let's see, gravel, flint, and let's say black granite. Yeah. So let's see, that's marble. We'll probably put like sand and gravel right here. Flint like right there. There's two kinds of marble, so I'm going to put the second kind of marble right here. And then we'll put the black granite there. I need to find the one that has the abyssal stone. Let's see. Where are you, abyssal stone? I want the dirt. There's the basalt. Abyssal stone. There it is. Terracotta and polysteel slate. I want to try and keep things like somewhat more organized. Like, let's see. This is the precursor to this, to this, to this. So this is terracotta. We are just going to go probably up here with that. And abyssal stone. I forget which one is abyssal stone. It is black granite. Perfect. That's what I thought. I remembered correctly. You are basalt cobble, so you can go right there. Then dirt can just go like right over here. I may have to move this over just slightly. Because there's going to be more, like, going in here and stuff. Let's see. Let's get the nether, the mud, the slow sand. Yeah, fertilized dirt can go in there. And clay can go also. Alright, yeah. You're not gonna miss much today. It's mainly just moving everything over anyway, so... I'm just resetting up the machines that I already had and everything like that. You know what? There's gonna be the stone slabs right there. We're just gonna go like this. Just gonna go, dirt goes there, fertilized dirt goes there. The garden soil is gonna go right here. Let's go with nether stuff up there. Clay and mud are pretty similar. Alright, I like that so far. Let's see, here's that. There's the stone slab. And like, yeah, building blocks are going to be stored in a different area for the most part. Yeah, there's the other deep slate. So like all these are going to be stored in their own little section, sort of. Same with like the concrete and all of that stuff. Okay, this is that soil. That's the stone slabs. So yeah, we can probably compact that a little, but worry about that when the time comes to do it. So we're not going to need this many for nether stuff, so... yeah. I like that. And then we can just move this over. I mean, it's really easy to move these things anyway, so... not really the biggest deal to mess with. Yeah, we'll start putting wood like over here, maybe. Let's put dirt up there like that. Yeah, I like that. I want to keep it somewhat compact. Like I can always remove everything as needed here. Those will be for other saplings. Let's see. I'm going to do probably building blocks next. We'll have to leave some room for the others here. But most of the small time storage is going to stay in these diamond barrels. I made a whole stack of them for a reason. So... and the hunger again. Come on, refill. I can probably just go pick up the ones that aren't running, which is like these. Let's see, how much is in here? I can carry that, I think. Yep, we can carry that. That just has red alloy wire. That's still running. This is done and full of 10 plates. I made that for 10 item pipes to set up the steam plant, mainly. We'll just drop that there for now. Alright, what are you? You're the deep slate. That's right. Need to just go like that. There we go. Then I can just go like this to get it a little bit more readable, at least, for now. We're eventually going to have flat lamps in the floor and stuff, so lighting won't be an issue. And then the final goal is electric floodlights once I'm able to do that. We just have floodlights that just project across the place very easily. This also isn't going to be the final location of this. That's completely temporary. All right. Where is the barrel of barrels? Let's see, not here. Right here. You need to start placing these down now. I need to find the Z-Tones tile one. I don't think I have one. Right. It's at the other base. So we're just going to make a new one for now. Right there. It's just going to have to stay there. There's no point in me doing anything with it at the moment. I'm going to get it placed down so I can actually start moving things over there. And we can go ahead and grab the rest of the drawers like that. Yeah, that's good at least. Because they were a different drawer. I'm like, why aren't they placing? And it's like, oh, that's why they're not. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, we may push the steam over to like basically on the roof there, and then I'll probably storage along here, and then we'll have the steam like machines, the steam multis like over in this general area right by the store. It doesn't have to be exact. Like, I got plenty of room now. So. Like, that's kind of the nice part, is I can just pick these suckers up and move them wherever easily. There's the other type of marble. Yeah, that's the one that's gonna go in here, so we're probably just gonna do like that. So that's the railcraft quarried stone. This is great wood right here. I don't have ones for silver wood yet. Eventually I will. Okay. And this is grout. We'll just put it with the building blocks. Fine, it doesn't matter. So now I want to get basic materials. So iron, copper, tin, all of that good stuff. So what we'll probably do is iron, wrought iron, steel. And then we'll go copper, tin, bronze right there. That works. Then we'll go silver, gold, electrum. I don't have one for gold right now, so... We'll put the more, like, niche materials up here. We'll put like the main materials down here. Like, yeah, antimony, for example, niche material goes up there. Red alloy can go above the copper. Same with redstone dust up there. Let's see, bricks. I left a spot on purpose there. And ashes can go there. Actually, we're going to take ashes and put them over here because I got another drawer of ashes, and then we'll have carbon dust. We'll probably have ashes, ashes, and then carbon dust. Let's see, where are the ashes? Here they are. I need to get all these processed, but they also have other uses, which is why I haven't done it yet. We'll put lead right next to silver because they're in the same ore vein. Alright. Coal can go over with the carbon, obviously. Let's see, I need to just do that. That's a way better solution. Alright, so for now we'll just go take all these dusts over here and just plop them in. Fuller's earth. Quartz sand. This is coal dust. They just put it above the coal for now. This is lithium. That's a niche material. Apatite. Let's go up there too. And then with the tricalcium phosphate right here. Sodium, that can go beneath the lithium, sodium, and then aluminum and all of that. So, and cryolite. There. Once I have ones for silicon, we'll put the rest of the silicon related stuff there too. And stone dust can just go down there. Let's see. Okay, that. Let's get all these unprocessed ores moved over. Let's see. Lazurite is less used. Lapis is more used, so I want that on the bottom. We got another plant here. Just stuff it in there for now. And crop sticks. Well, let's go like that, and we'll put the crop sticks up above it for now. Those are definitely going to move 100%. Let's see, that's the rubber. And then we'll put wires right near it. And this coagulated blood one can just go probably like over here for now. That's eventually going to move into its own like farm area and stuff, so. Alright, so now we need to get all of these sorted. See, that one has mob drops. There should be 2 with mob drops in it. There it is. Oh, I misclicked. Ooh, man. Alright, put mob drops up there. And next we'll put gear. Let's see, I don't want that one. I want that one. And there should be one more for gear. Where is it? I want that one. We'll go ahead and grab that. There should be another one somewhere here. There it is. I want the gear put right here. Then we'll put parts and books and stuff next to it. This is miscellaneous crap right here. This is storage. This is mist blocks. That's machines. This is also mist blocks. Okay. Alright, so mist blocks, storage. And miscellaneous items can go down there. Right, now let's get all the machines, like, go right here for now. Now we want to get all the GregTech goodies. Alright, unprocessed ores. And go, like, up here. These are processed dust, processed ingots, processed gems, more processed dust, and then that's the rest of the GregTech components right there. Alright, that's processed dust, ingots, gems. And yeah, this is all food and plants right there. Miscellaneous junk that has to get cleared out. This is all GregTech components. Plates, pipes, and wire, and rods, screws, rotors, all that junk. Yeah, this works. Not the most organized thing yet, but it's very difficult to fully organize a storage that's going to be this large before you have, like, AE and stuff, so there's only so much you can do, sort of thing. This is saplings, this is miscellaneous plants, crops, and crops. So let's go crops, miscellaneous plants, saplings, then food. This is gonna have to go kind of on its own, so we'll just move it over here for now. This is 10 plates. Just kind of stick it right there. Okay, I think we're mostly done here. Let's just kind of shove all of this over. That's just random crap at this point. There. Now we can get rid of that. I'm gonna need to find my wrench. We're gonna need the hammer for sure. Bring a few dollies. I'm not gonna need that many because there's not that much left over there. We don't need the excavator or the chisel at all. Not gonna need the chandeliers. No. And what else I need? We'll bring a packing tape just in case. I don't think I'll need one, but you never know. Alright, there's the wrench. I also need to bring a crowbar with me. Eventually, all this is going to be more separated out and sorted correctly. For now, it's just get it moved. Let's see, where's the other crowbar that I've already used? Here it is. Yeah, this one's vanadium still, so I should not have to make a crowbar for a very long time, unless the quest wants me to make a ton of crowbars or something silly. I mean, I've barely used this one, as it is. Alright, here we go. Let's grab the backpacks, actually. So those are going to be very important. Alright, it's time to start dismantling this crap. And it is a nightmarishly slow process. As you can see. Part of it is just like non-electric wrenches are just really bad. So I like these blocks are insanely hard for this thing to harvest. Yeah, it'd probably be considerably faster if I used an electric one, but I'm not too worried about it. It's not that bad, at least. It's mainly these bronze-plated bricks that are the really slow ones. Like, the single-block machines actually break pretty fast. Just gonna need a block to seal that. I don't want to take any chances with rain. Even though it won't affect this, but still. Because it's only electric machines that explode. Steam machines don't. That's the way I had the top block there, just exposed. It didn't really matter at all. And there will be a lot more Steam multis in the near future. Way, way more than what you see here. It's like, this is nothing. Like, I want to have, like, 4 centrifuges, you know. And they're eventually all going to get upgraded to steel once I'm able to get mass steel production going. Which I'm not quite able to sustain it yet. We'll be able to soon, though. We'll have, like, 4 of these centrifuges, you know. Like, 4 alloy smelters. We're gonna get some multi-block mixers for, like, the LV recipes. Probably only gonna need 1 of those, to be honest with you. But it's mainly the bottlenecks or the grinders and the centrifuges, more than anything. And then we'll definitely like quad up the compressor and alloy smelter, just because those can get slow if you need multiple materials at once. And it's not a huge deal that I'm, you know, crafting these all this way. You get the majority of the materials back when you break these blocks down anyway. So I'm not really losing anything by just going ahead and making a ton of them. And yeah, the last thing to go is going to be the steam tank and the mob repellator right there. Those will be the last things that I get rid of. I don't want to take any chances with mobs around here. Obviously. Until I get everything removed. Like, I could totally leave the thing and just leave a couple advanced solar boilers over here with a tank. Like, it would be more than enough to sustain that thing, but I'm not really going to use the space anymore, other than as a crop farm, until I make the new one. Seems like it's not a massive deal or anything. I just have to watch going to the crop farm at night. I never did put a repellator over there. I should have. They have gotten attacked by some mobs going over to the crops at night. Several times, in fact. This is the biggest of the multis right here. That I have, anyway. There's the last of the steam multis are way bigger than these. Like, especially, I think it's the mixer is just enormous. So another reason why I'm only going to build one mixer. A single block mixer can handle the concrete demand, like, easily. Because there's not going to be a huge demand for concrete yet. Because that's going to be one of the first orders of business is, like, automated cobble works. And things like automating clay and all of that. I would like to have, like, fully automated aluminum and steel, like, as soon as possible, you know? It's pretty much this entire playthrough since I got the first bricked blast furnace, steel has been the bottleneck. Like, by far, that's the largest bottleneck of everything. Like, it's not even close. That has a bunch of crap in it, so... Let's just take this one down first. Okay, I gotta watch inventory here. It's all just gonna go in here because it all is just gonna get rebuilt, like, basically as is. Like, all the iron barrels are probably fine for these things, except for the grinders and the centrifuge. So I probably won't upgrade those to diamond right away. Most of them, like the grinders, are gonna be diamond. Compressor doesn't really need to be diamond. Iron's fine. Same with the alloy smelter is going to get upgraded to diamond barrels for sure. Mainly because things like red alloy just take an insane amount of resources to make, like, very quickly. Because it smelts in that thing like that. It's so fast. And I think I get the glass back, so I'm not too worried about that. If I remember right, that's Ender IO glass, so it should just drop itself. Because, like, all the chisel glass in this version also drops itself for the most part. Like, I made a couple of mistakes with the glass panes, and it was fine. They just dropped themselves. I didn't lose anything. Not that it would have mattered, because I got plenty of spare. So... like, the multi-block forage hammer is probably mostly going to be used for, like, this manual batch crafting, more so than automation, just because it's so dang big. Like, the Cobbleworks is probably just going to use single-block forage hammers. I don't see a reason to build a giant chain of these. And then if I do need a massive batch of something, I can just stuff the resources into these things. Yeah, that is the vanadium steel wrench. It's pretty dang durable. Just like the Tinker's tools are. It's lasting a very long time. Yeah, I should have upgraded the tools to vanadium steel earlier than I did, honestly. Because as soon as I got that thing up and running, you can pretty much make vanadium steel, like, right away. Once the electric blast furnace is on. I should have done that. It would have sped things up drastically if I had. Yep, we get the quite clear glass right back. Perfect. Good to see. Not that this stuff is expensive, because it's not. And then, like, the next backpack is gonna be, like, all the smaller single-block machine stuff. And yeah, we'll have separate lines for LV and MV. Just for the manual machines. I'll still keep lines of manual machines. It's just something you do if you need to just process a batch really quickly. Especially when you first move up into a new tier, it's usually better to just do that and then automate things as they go. It's like, you're gonna see a distinct lack of, like, actual progression happening for probably, like, the next several streams. Because it's mainly going to be rebuilding this and setting up automations that I should have already set up. But because I just set this base up to rush to mid-MV, I didn't do any of that. Oof. At least I do have, like, most of the stuff done. The reason why I made that batch of 10 plates earlier was for the 10 item pipes. You really don't need much more than, like, small 10 item pipes for a massive bank of coke ovens. So the production rate's really not that high. So, and it doesn't matter if the pipe is so slow that the coke ovens build up a couple in some of them. Like a couple charcoal, it doesn't really matter because it's all going to make its way out in the end. So I figure small 10 item pipes is probably plenty. And just like we can get away with probably just small or normal wooden fluid pipes for the creosote. Like, it really doesn't use much. Or produce as much as you would think. Given we're gonna have, I'm gonna go more than 50 coke ovens. I'm probably gonna go with like 64, most likely. So we'll need a little bit extra production on the wood, but it shouldn't be a huge deal. Like, if I can tier up the IC2 spruce bonsais just a little bit more than they are, we should be good in that department. Like, there's gonna be separate farms. Like, I'll probably do an oak bonsai farm, just a small one for mainly things like the seed oil and like fruit juice and things like that. And like the oak saplings will just go to plant balls. Same with the spruce saplings. Then yeah, the apples are gonna go to like fruit juice and stuff. And then you can do a bunch of stuff with that. Where is it? Come on. Like, yeah, there's like right here, ferments to biomass. So this is a nice way to get biomass. It's an alternate way compared to what I was trying to do. Let's see. Take all of this, stuff it in there. I can probably just put the EBF in there too. Should be alright. The EBF breaks a little bit quicker except for the coils. Like my plan is to make an MV tier like electric wrench out of vanadium steel. Like once we get the infrastructure set up again. That'll make doing this process like in the future way faster. This thing really is just slow. And I'm honestly surprised, as much as I was running this thing into the ground making aluminum for so long, that it didn't have a single maintenance issue. None. So I got lucky there. Because this thing's easily been running, God, probably at least 70 plus hours. And yeah, we'll hook the thing up with 3 energy hatches and all that good stuff to do this, like, proper. Because we'll have, like, 4 wall-shared EBFs and stuff like that. I mean, it's kind of necessary. We can just put all the EBF junk in there. For the most part. We'll pull out the barrels, I guess. And chests, that's fine. That should fit exactly. Perfect. And the glowstone's there for the translocators. And we'll do this barrel. This was the on-off switch sign for the steam alarm up here. Surprised the sign didn't break. Very funny, Minecraft. How did that happen? The sign is right here. It's just a ghost block on it. That's funny. It's like, oh, Minecraft. It does weird things sometimes, I tell you. Let's see. We'll clear fluids out of things that I care about. Like, I'll have to grab the lubricant and stuff like that. that one. The one that goes up to the multis can go away. There's no point in keeping this. I'll have to crowbar those other pipes. Because this thing's just going to sit here abandoned. I'm not going to tear it down fully yet. If ever. It's temporary to get the machines going. Let's see. You can go, you can go. I think that's the only one that still has things in it. Yeah, like that has some cells for the lubricants. I left it there on purpose. That one has some wiring in it. Yeah, it'll take a couple of trips to get, like, every single thing moved over. And these have the covers that I need to get rid of right here. And just stuff them in there because probably won't reuse the stone ones, but who knows. Do an F3A. There we go. I don't know what's going on there. That was weird. This still, like, somewhat functions in a small area. Yeah, 28 unpowered, so it'll lose power momentarily. But it's not a massive deal. Don't care about the water. This is the only other one I care about that has fluids, I think. Yeah. So I busted an important torch. Let's see. We need to get the fluids out of this. It's confused with that in my hand there. So, very confused. Apparently. Alright, that'd be that part of it. Yeah, there's some ashes. This was in the EBF. And just get rid of that, and these other resources and stuff can go kind of into the other one. We'll keep the machines in here and the pipes, and then we'll move the rest of it probably over into this one. Now, I'm still keeping the ones in here because this is mostly just going to get used as is. I'll come back on the next trip and clear that out. And we'll grab those wires on the way. I'll have to come back with some more empty cells or dollies to move these. In fact, I can move them right now if I want. So I do have dollies. Well, this is now out of power, so we'll just take that with us. It's gonna get pretty dark in here. These have conveyor modules on them. And these have stone plates, so let's place these down real quick. There we go. And we'll come back for that. We can go ahead and start getting rid of all of this. Leave that there just in case for now. That's the last thing I'm going to remove out of here. Besides this witch. That's going to be, yeah. About that. Moving that's going to be a, something else. That's why I'm trying to be really careful right there. Let's go ahead and grab this. And this. Okay. So we can just pop all of this junk right here into this side for now. We can hold that. And we can hold that. We'll yoink these because they have resources. I'll have to come back with the wire cutters. I forgot about those. And then it's just a lot of like moving these and a few other random bits and pieces over. Pretty much. Yeah, that's the steam malties. That's those. Let's get the lubricant out of there. Just put it in here. Hopper can go in here with those. Don't think there's anything else I need another dolly for, so store it for now. Same with the packing tape. We don't need it. We don't need that anymore. Alright. Let's break the alarm. It's probably going to sound for a second here. The blood moon alarm. Well, the good thing to have, that's for sure. Need to go up on the roof to get the last alarm. Up over here. Okay, we're mostly moved out, minus the smeltery, but that's gonna be fun times, I'll say that. I'm not looking forward to that one. It's not gonna be pretty, I know that. And that's gonna be really bad. I literally don't care about those blocks, so just stuff them there. And then a lot of this stuff kind of doesn't matter anymore. For the most part. I'm gonna take the sign with me. I know there's an infernal witch in there, so I don't need that anymore. I'm probably gonna regret doing that, to be perfectly honest with you. And there's a lot of crap in here, so... should be able to pop that and store everything. Nice. Okay, so we'll remove this last once we remove the steam plant out there. Alright. So yeah, next trip is going to get the tank, the repellator, and all of this. I'm going to take all this out right here. This is what we're going to move up onto the roof in the new base. It's the 36 advanced solar boilers. And yeah, like all the plants and stuff are going to stay. This is just going to stay here. This is just going to stay here. I can just come back here if I need to harvest these again. Eventually we'll have like a proper farm for these set up, like over here somewhere. But this is just gonna stay there. I see no point in tearing it down. Now what we will tear down also is the bricked blast furnaces out of the nether right here. And like I'm gonna remove this portal entirely on both sides. Like I'm gonna use home warps to ensure that this is completely like gone. Same with the Twilight portal right here. I'm going to ensure it's gone on both sides. Because I can just remake another portal generator. I mean, it's, what, a diamond in an assembler. It's not hard at all to make. So... let's see, a lot of this is just going to have to go in here for now. Yeah, we'll take these. These can go into the storage thing. There's a barrel with stuff for storage over there. And like random bits and pieces that we can put this in. Just to keep things, like, at least somewhat organized still. I don't want it to turn into, you know, complete and utter insanity. For me just not even paying attention to the most basic of things. And that's right. This is just random junk, so... over here it can go for now. Like, yeah, I'll need to make barrels for, like, and drawers for, like, stuff like glass panes and crap like that, because there's gonna be so much of it. And I'm gonna kind of have to do that. Let's see, we can get away with storing the backpacks for now. Until I actually need them. I do need to go grab a pair of wire cutters. That's the biggest thing I need right now. Mortar can go in there. Should have a bunch of wire cutters. I made a ton of wrought iron wire cutters and also a vanadium steel one because I got so fed up with them. And I'm just like, no more. I mean, there's a reason I minimize my use of wires because of these stupid wire cutters. So. But, not gonna be able to get away from the wires for too much longer, though. That's the thing. So the demands for moving steam around and the fact that we're gonna be moving away from steam, it's gonna necessitate a lot more, like, normal wiring. This is probably pretty loud. Yeah. These things get horrendously loud when you're around like 30 of them at once. This is a definitely a beast of a power plant for like LV and steam. It wouldn't be as loud if I kept the sound physics mod on, but it's causing all kinds of issues in 2.8, so that's why I got rid of it. Kind of unfortunate, because it's a really good mod when it works. Yeah, like, I don't know why I used that massive of a pipe to move that water. I really didn't need to. You can get away with a tiny wooden flume pipe for that. Let's get these things out so the sound quiets down a little bit. There we go. And yeah, this is gonna be the first thing we set back up on the roof up there, and then I'll just pipe the steam into the tank. We'll probably still use these bronze pipes. I don't see any point not to. Because 12 solar boilers doesn't generate that much steam, so... those kind of pipes there just really fit nicely with that. Yeah, like this is complete and total overkill. I can bring the broad axe to get rid of that much faster. So... alright, we're about to get a lot of steam burns here. I even had it set up for a 4th set right there. I just never set it up. I forget what I ran into that I didn't have enough of to do the boilers right away. I think it was steel. Pretty sure. The steel plates were like always a major problem here. Nah, I may fill that in eventually, but I don't really care right now. Yeah, I know I'm standing on hot steam pipes. Trust me, I know, GregTech. If you stand right in the middle of them like this, you don't take damage. It's a little bit funny. Let's go get the lumber axe. We can do this a lot faster with it. There it is. It's just poof, gone. This lumber axe is so freaking good. It's crazy. Hi, Ocelot. I don't know where that spawned from, but it's here. That was a complete mystery to me when that appeared the other day. Okay, time to remove this abomination. And we can get rid of this, too. It's like, yeah, rip to all that steam. It's like, oh well, though, it was free anyway, so... doesn't really matter. What's funny is even with all this destruction, it's not officially gone yet. Now it's officially gone. And it's stored in the bottom middle block of the tank, so... it's like pretty much all other Railcraft multis work. Just because I don't want random mobs potentially spawning in here, I should probably fill that up too. Even though it's unspawnable, just so random crap can't get in here. Alright. So, last thing that has to move over is the witch over there. Pretty much. I don't believe there's any spawnable blocks in here, so I think we're okay. Just double checking. So the only spawnable area should be inside the smeltery. The smeltery blocks, for some reason, are still spawnable. I don't know why they didn't just modify Tinkers to get rid of that problem. Alright, yeah, if we use this area in the future, I could always just come back and kind of repair the terrain a little, but kind of consider this just ruins at this point. We should be able to get the blast furnaces once I finish that. I'll keep the home around for now until we get the what do you call it, the portals dealt with. In fact, we can go deal with the portals right now. Should be fine. So, I figure I might as well. I'm not going to be going back to the Nether or Twilight until then. Like, I would like to move away from the brick blast furnace for steel production and just have an EBF do it. But there's a little bit of infrastructure, so that has to happen. Like, I'm gonna harvest my obsidian here. This is fine now. I put this on top because of the King Ghast incident, so at least it was somewhat protected in case the King Ghast showed up again. The rest of it is completely unprotected. Like, there's nothing there to stop it. And it's like, this nether spawn was kind of a pile of crap anyway, but that's most nether spawns. Yeah, there they are already. It sure doesn't take long. Alright, we need to clear this out proper so that it doesn't try to smelt anymore. Otherwise, I'll have to wait an hour to clear these out again. That's right. These are pickaxe. Forgot about that part. You can actually harvest these with a pick or hammer. Minus the controller blocks. And yeah, I never completed those quests because I set all this up before I unlocked those quests. Like, I went to 4 BBFs like pretty quickly. Yeah, I still can't harvest these yet. I gotta go get my ironwood pick to be able to do that real quick. I do want to harvest that. Be a smart idea. Yeah, eventually we're gonna have a better storage than just a wall like that, but for now, this works. And I may just set the bricked blast furnaces up, like, at the old base, like over here, like off in this corner or something, but I don't know yet. I don't want to put them here because I'm going to put farms here. I don't want it to pollute the farms like that badly. But this should be a sufficient distance away. And I'm not too worried if I lose some of these. I still got plenty of saplings. And it's not like finding slime islands is hard to do. Alright, I need to get the ironwood pickaxe. It should be in here somewhere. One of these. Stone pickaxe. Case hardened pick. I have no idea what that one is. It's probably roguelike loot. There's the ironwood pick. This is able to mine cobalt. It's able to mine both cobalt and ardite. So we're going to go ahead and bust this portal. There we go. So say goodbye to that. And then if we take and break this, that should break the link, like, permanently. Let's go do the same for the nether. Because this portal is going to be too close to the new base, so it needs to be broken. Like, to break the link fully. I do not plan on coming back to this spot, and I need to seal that up immediately. Gotta make sure that does not happen again. Yeah, this biome is extremely bad news. Like... Alright. So now that the link is broken on this side, that doesn't have a need to exist. That is not depleted. I can tell you that much for sure, that's not depleted. Yeah, I'll keep this home around. I have a home for the farms, so once I figure out what I'm going to do with that infernal witch, we'll be able to move that over. So let's go break the portal on this side. And I'm pretty sure the Coven Witch over here died a long time ago to zombies or whatever other horrors, so doesn't really matter if I bust parts of this house or not. This was more of it to prevent Pigmen from getting out or whatever other awful things went through the portal at the time. Of which there were many. Sure, we can take that. May as well take that and that. I mean, why not? Okay. There you go. And I can always come and get this oil. I can always just set a pump in here, just suck it up into a super tank, and then just dolly the super tank over once it's done. Then there's another one over here, so that's nice. But, like, primarily we're going to be running off this one once we start using oil. And we'll consume these, like, afterwards. There's also an oil sands vein over at the new base. So... let's see, I really don't need that anymore. Kinda don't need the marker for the hidey hole either. I did build a little stone building at spawn. Like, just in case something catastrophic happens, I'll at least spawn inside that building. Alright. Oh, for quite a while, we can now say goodbye to this. So, So we're not going to be coming back there very much, except for the witch and crops. Yeah, that's really, really nice to finally get away from that place. So now we just got to get everything set up in here. And it's going to take me a minute or two to get used to the new layout right here, but we'll get there in time. And eventually it's going to be much, much more organized than this mess, so this won't be a problem for very long. Yep, this goes up in here. We don't have one for Obby yet, so I'll probably just put it over this. We need to chisel that. I need to get the steam plant up and running, like, first thing, and then get this thing put down. So I'm going to make another one of these repellators. We're going to put one, like, right here, and then, like, one right here or something. Like, off in these opposite corners. Maybe even put one, like, right here, one right here. Yeah, they're too close together, but it'll work for now, you know? And they're cheap anyway, so may as well use them. These are what I was using for, like, temporary setups to get rid of mobs out of, like, nether ore veins. It does work. It's not a bad strategy at all. So, surprisingly. Yeah. Chisel. Let's just chisel this back to Minecraft obby. There we go. Throw it on in there. Alright, we need the water tanks, the iron tank. Lots of bronze pipe. Just small wooden fluid pipes is fine here. Solar boilers. I'll probably go get more small wooden pipes. I should have a bunch in here somewhere. It's, where are you? They're in here somewhere. Yeah. Here they are. Right here. Small wooden fluid pipe. As we don't really need, like, a large amount of those. And, yeah, large bronze is perfectly adequate. I can always feed the small lines into one, like, huge potent line that will actually go straight into the base. So, go ahead and grab the huge potent pipes as well. The steam tank will actually be set up, like, probably on the ground floor somewhere. Like, probably over in, like, here. That way I can pull it out for machines. And the steam from the power plants will just get piped into it, so. Thinking maybe we could do it, like, right, like, over, probably here, honestly, like, right here. And then just put the steam power plant, like, over there. I don't know. Because I want to have the manual machine lines, like, over in this general area where the storage is. Same with the manual steam multis. I want to have them kind of, like, in this general area somewhere. But, we'll see what it looks like on the roof, and then go from there. Go ahead and delete that home too, because I don't need it. Let's see, what are all my homes right now? Gas tower, sulfur, salt. RG is the roguelikes. You can delete those for now. Clay is the terracotta biome. Let's see. Gal, I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, I forgot to delete that one. We don't need that anymore. Let's see. Magic Forest I want to keep. That's for searching for the peck. We'll go ahead and delete home new. The new base is eventually going to turn into just home. This, I can get rid of the spawn home, honestly, for now, and just call it spawn. I don't have the /spawn command. So let's just go here, set home. This was the hidey hole right here. And spawn is literally right here. I just built a generic cobble box just as kind of like an emergency thing, just in case things go horribly wrong, you know. Alright, set home, spawn right here. Then we'll tell home, new base there. And we'll kind of come over, probably over like right here-ish. We'll just /set home to set the default home here. So that way I no longer have to do any fancy stuff. The ironwood pick can go back into the chest over here where it came from. And with the wire cutters, I'll keep on me actually. What did I just do with them? Dang it. Shoot. There they are. I should just keep the basic tools with me. Honestly. I can just get up onto the roof here. And I want to replace this with like the iron like fence from like Melissa's Stores or something. Eventually. Alright, so I think the plan is going to be to have the power plant like up here, just, and then we'll pack the steam power plant like down in the underground in the basement floor. When it's ready to go, we'll pack it like over in this area. And like coke ovens here, boilers like right under like here or something. We'll see. So you know what? We'll set up the temporary plant here, actually. And let's see. I got a pinpoint right where the edge is. I believe it's like right about here-ish. 2 blocks over is center. So right here is perfect center. All right. 1, 2. This will be where the start of the railcraft tank goes. We want to go kind of right here-ish. We'll probably go over 1 just because of that. So, yeah, probably like right here is where the main pipe is going to go down. Because these are 4,800. This is 24,000. So it's more than enough to support what it needs to support right there. Alright, so that'll be the main line. The rest of the plant is going to kind of be like right here, and then just feed into it, sort of thing. Okay, that's producing. So what we'll probably do is have like individual ones like right here. And then I'll probably have like a main like buffer tank that feeds them sort of thing. Because these are going to be their own tanks, like just by themselves. That only feed the steam power plant here. Alright, and then we can have a another buffer tank that's going to feed into these. So, this would just go in like so, right here. Just like that, and this would go around here. Like that. What the crap? What was that? We do not want to lock that. What am I doing? I'm going to lock this direction. That would have been funny, me wondering why the power plant wouldn't be working right there. Let's see. We need to go click like that. There we go. Then we need to go like that. And then make sure it's connected. That's better. So we'll probably like bootstrap this with the Stirling water pumps. I'll probably just put some charcoal blocks in just to fill these tanks up real quick. Once I have them in position here. So this is going to be the line that runs from this one. And this line is going to feed into that one, like that. Yeah, this is the line that goes to here. This will go out this way. I may look into seeing if the Modernity texture pack works well with this version, too. It's kind of getting bored of the old textures already. Okay, that looks like that's set up proper. So. Okay, that should be mostly set up now. And we got all of these set. Yes, we do. Perfect. Alright, so we'll probably have like a main buffer tank that just feeds excess water into these for now. Like 2 of them, most likely. I probably have them over here and they just feed directly into these 3 tanks. So let's see here. How do we want to do this? Probably like this, sort of. I think we need to push it out 1 more block. Like that. Because those are never going to be connected, so... There we go. Now we have 1 extra tank. I'm going to use this as just like a general water buffer tank. Sort of. And probably just put it over there, just by itself. Alright, so... let's see. We should be able to go just like that. I think, anyway. No. Forgot. These tanks are kind of stupid. That's right. Yeah, these tanks are a little stupid in the way they work. But a lot of the railcraft, like liquid handling stuff, is kind of goofy, so... sort of expected. Yeah, what happens is these only output, like, on the bottom layer properly. And then they like to be inputted from the top layer. Like, from the top sides. And it doesn't matter that these go in like that. So that should be outputting into there now, I think. Nope. Alright. It's got to be exactly on top, then. Like I said, these things are goofy. Okay, so that one can feed into there, like that. And like that. We don't need anything crazy fancy here. It's literally just as extra to keep the tanks full, because what happens is these don't always stay, like, fully full. When you're, like, at max utilization, they don't always fully fill up correctly. Is a good way to put it. The 12 thing is a little bit too much for them to handle. The 12 advanced boilers, it's slightly too much for 1 tank. This is why this all exists like this. And it's fine that this goes over this. This doesn't block the solar, so it's not a huge deal. And yeah, we're coming out of there. So what we'll probably do is also come out like right over here. And then just go into this one. And that should be more than enough to keep this one happy. Once the whole system is like bootstrapped and filled, it should be more than sufficient for what it's doing. Alright, that'll start filling that up. This is going to be struggling to fill that, apparently. 1 liter. Wait, is there only 1 liter going there? Huh. It's probably all getting consumed, like, over here and somewhere else. Who knows? Oh, I see what the problem is. Right up there. That was the problem. It's being outputted into this tank instead of these 2 tanks. Yeah. And in fact, what we can do to just help it along is kind of come over here, do this. Just so I can pull from both tanks, at least. Alright, that should be that set up and ready to go. Oops, I remember that does not exist anymore. That's gonna trip me up for a little bit until I remember that that home no longer needs to exist. Alright, where are my Sterling pumps? It's time to bring those back. Let's see, we'll feed them with that and a conveyor module. It's actually, we don't even need to. What am I doing? We're putting charcoal blocks in these things. It doesn't matter. Like, literally does not matter whatsoever. Now, these we're going to need the slightly larger wooden pipes for. Where did they go? Where did I put them? Here they are. Now we'll just take these blocks. That should be more than enough to get this thing ready to go. Because I don't want to start placing down all the boilers until there's enough in the tanks to ensure that the boilers don't run dry once they're on. It's bad things happen. Like, very bad things happen. So. Alright, we're probably just gonna go, like... Honestly, that. And that. Then they just need this to ensure they pull out correctly, and that should be plenty. Alright, that should start filling up considerably faster now. Not the fastest thing in the world, but it'll be enough to at least be able to plop down some boilers soon. So we're gonna hold off, and then I'll probably this should start feeding into this mostly. But if I have to move this, I'll move it like over to this one too. I think it'll be good enough. So now we need to get the tank set up and get the potent pipes in. This is where the real fun starts. Looks like it comes down right there. And I'm probably going to go like 3 or 4 blocks raised up for the tank. We'll just take an extra stack. That's fine. That way I have room to walk under the tank with no issues, and even under a layer of pipes. So, let's see, I can't use that to determine the size. That's right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is probably big enough. Yeah. I can use this to determine the size, though. 7. Let's see that. That would be 6, 7, 9. Yeah. That's perfect. Okay. So then we'll put this going right here. So this is going to be where the edge of the tank is going to be. That 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nice, yeah, it lines up exactly with the pillar. Perfect. Okay. Uh-oh. I am too far out. Whoopsie. Yep, one too far. It's right here. I didn't bring the builder's wand with me. I should have. Oh well. Huge deal. Alright. Come on. The concrete's gonna mess me up with this, I think. I may replace most of the concrete, honestly. Probably with, like, the purple factory block or something. We'll see. Maybe even Tyrion. I'll have to see how I feel. I want to have, like, slightly different looks on both floors. It's going to be the same design, just with different blocks, slightly. Like, we're not going to use deep slate brick down there. We're probably going to use, like, Tyrion for the walls. Or even, like, technical or factory blocks of some sort. I just haven't decided, like, what exactly yet. Alright. Alright, and the first steam line can just pop right on in there. We really only need one for now, coming up from here. There's not really a use for a second one. Let's see, I see the arrow, we're good. There we go. That's wired. We don't need any more for this side yet. Eventually, I may relocate this tank like down to the basement floor near the boilers, and then just set the boilers up kind of raised up a little bit closer to the ceiling. Like, I know, like the boiler's probably going to be like right over here in this corner, I think, because I don't want it too close to the storage, just in case something catastrophic happening. So, all right, we need to replace this block. Boom. Whoa, that was weird. Alright, and this one. There we go. This side can just be mostly wall, I think. Oh, it's because these down here. That's right. I'm like, why isn't this lining up? And it's like, oh wait, I forgot. Yeah, because of that. And yeah, I have extras up here now since I only needed one there. We could probably just go ahead and pop them in here. There. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, we'll go 2 over here. I see what I did wrong. 2 over here, and then we'll pop another one over here. That's temporary. I thought it wasn't. I was like, why isn't this making sense? That is why. And actually, we only need to have one over here. We need to have one output over, like, on this side, purely for the alarm. We'll probably put it to this end, I think. Alright. Dang it. Almost. Alright, that's a valid tank. Perfect. Very good. And now I can just run lines, like, right out of here. Like, I can run one up and over there, and just run them straight overhead, you know? Super nice. I may even move them up, like, over this way. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to do that. At least a couple of them I want to go overhead. Let's see, can we put gauges on the bottom, I wonder? Yeah, you can, apparently. I'll fix that eventually once we get the machine set up. Alright, steam tank is operational. Good. We need to get the alarm set up on there. For obvious reasons. Because this power is far from sufficient to run all this stuff, so... Just set up that with a... yeah, I guess we'll use deep slate polished. And we gotta come over here, find our red alloy stuff. I've converted a bunch of it over already. I just have to find where the heck I put the stuff at. We're gonna need some redstone torches here. I got smooth stone slabs there I can just grab. Let's see, it's probably inside of these somewhere. That's my guess. Yeah, there it is. The howler should be in one of these somewhere. Let's see, where's the howler at? There it is. We only need one on this side this time. Since I'm not using the sound physics mod anymore, it's not an issue. Not like it was. It was an issue. So that'll come out of there. And we need like 2-ish blocks of... Oh, let's get some light over here so I can see what the heck I'm doing. We'll just place that there. Let's see, so we need 2 blocks of that. And then we need to invert the signal. So we can just go like this. And I'll keep that there. And we can invert the signal right there. Alright, and it should not take much in terms of wiring here. Let's place that and see if it triggers. It does. Perfect. Alright, I'm not going to place it right now so I don't subject anybody to that for so long, like, but at least we know it's set up and working. So, I'm just going to plop the alarm, like, farther down for now, like, right here, until I'm ready to actually hook it up, because I know this thing's going to be empty right now, so why bother, you know? Let's go place all this back in. Hopefully by now the water is filled up enough to where we can actually start doing boiling up there. Hopefully. Let's go take a quick look. Yeah, there's mobs. Should be mostly spiders, though. Oh, that was a mistake. Eventually, this is gonna have, like, blockades and catwalks and all that, so... to prevent that type of mistake from ever happening. Okay, that one's up to 80. This one's up to 177 and 196. It's doing pretty good so far. So we probably really only need to burn 1 more charcoal in each of these. And then we'll be fine. Alright, so we can place 6 in each of these for now. At least get some kind of steam online. We can start doing, like, meaningful things. We'll put 2 in that line. And yeah, we'll fill more and more in as time goes on, as these start to finish what they're doing. Oh, we're looking good so far. Yeah, now we'll start setting up steam multis. The manual steam multis, probably like right along this wall. And we'll just use like potent pipes coming out of the wall right here to do it. Alright, we're already starting to get steam. Nice. Yeah, once this is like up to about a couple million, I'll hook the alarm up. The alarm sounds at like 600 or so thousand millibuckets, typically. So, how do I want to do this? I may just want to come straight out to the wall here, but because we're going to have catwalks, I may not want to do that. I think I'll come straight out for now. And then we'll build the steam multis over here. Alright. Where are my steam multi parts? They're in one of these. Alright, steam multis are in this one. What was that going off? Okay. Nothing. Nothing special. Okay, let's see. Output. Input bus. Output bus. Those are LV. We need the ULV steam ones here. There we go. Oh, these have conveyor modules. I'm like, what is going on here? That would explain it. No, we'll get our translocators. So first thing I want to get set up is the grinders. I don't think we need any of these other parts. And let's see here. We'll get some of this. I want to go get the caution stripes too. And I'll worry, like, most of the aesthetics I'll worry about off camera. But we can set up, like, a bare bones, like, barrier around them sort of thing for now. Alright, this one, let's say, can be the grinders over here. So I would like to kind of set it up, like, probably, like, right here-ish. It's 5, 7. Let me get this out of my inventory now. And out of the way. Alright, so we can probably just go like this. Like that. Then, yeah, we'll have this be an output bus right here. There. And then this will also be an output bus right here. Perfect. I don't want those. And we want input buses and the grinder multi-piece. There, here, and here. This time around, the steam hatches are going to be just on top, I think. Probably like right smack in the middle right there. And these do need a huge potent right here, because these things can suck an astronomical amount of steam when they're doing things like bone meal and everything. They use up so much. It's kind of crazy. Like, most of the power fails I've had is from bone meal on these things. So it accidentally running more than like 2 at a time uses way too much steam for its own good. Though, let's see. I can probably get away with large potent in there, though, to feed each 2. Or even huge bronze, but I'll probably stick with large potent. Like coming off the line, like right here, and then just down into each one. So we need to get the rest of our potent pipe. Right here. Because, yeah, the normal bronze is just not gonna cut it there. Like, normal bronze pipes will cut it for some of these things, but definitely not these. And I gotta get some lighting in here, too. I can't see a dang thing. Alright, so let's put this on now that my hunger is full. I mean, at least see what's going on here. And just large potent right here. Should be more than sufficient. Even for bone meal. Because the bone meal is the only thing I've found that overwhelms it. Alright, why are you not pulling? Why are you not pulling steam here? What the heck? Do I have to pull it out of the bottom? Is that what's going on? Is it gravity or something? Maybe. Alright, let me try pulling it out of the side here. Yeah. It might just be gravity-related crap. Like I said, railcraft tanks are silly sometimes. I can't even tell if that was connected or not, to be honest. Okay, now I know it's not connected. Yeah, that's what it was. Stupid railcraft tank. Yeah, these things, like, majorly suck. So... gonna be nice once I get some super tanks going. I just need to get plastic. Because then I can just make a super tank for Steam. Instead of doing this nonsense. Let's see, what tool do I need? Soft mallet, where is my... Ugh. That's gonna be a good question. Where is my mallet? There it is. I should grab, lights, too. While I'm here. We are going to be using these for now. Until I get fancier lighting, so... that will do. Good enough. So... the input bus is probably just gonna be, like, right here. On these. These two sides share an input bus. So. And then the output bus will just go down right here, sort of thing. We need our input buses. There and there. Perfect. Translocators there. Make sure they're glowstoned. That. And then diamond barrels. For both in and output on these, because these are crazy. I need a pre-inventory slot here. We don't need these wooden pipes. Let me right this second. So. There we go. And there we go. Right, and then we smack these with the mallet to enable them. Make sure all the steam buffers are full, just to be double sure that it's working. Yep, perfect. Alright, that's one set of multis done. So, next setup is probably going to be the centrifuges, honestly. So, the centrifuge is it's a monster. It's a lot bigger than that one. So, if we look at the steam separator right here, Let's see. And we can project it. I just gotta line it up where I need it. I can already see mob heck outside. That's fun. I may not even need to project this. This is easy mode. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a 5. So. Alright, so we're just gonna go bam, bam, bam. And, let's see, what can these walls share? What do they look like? Oh, well, they can wall share this outer layer, I guess. So it would be a 9 by 9 for quad centrifuge, which is exactly what I want. It'd be a 9 by 9 interior, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need to move it over 1 more block. Okay, now we need to come here, go like that. Yeah, now we're good. We only have 1 for now, but I'll make 3 more over time. I may just wait on the centrifuges until we, like, absolutely need them. May even just go straight to steel on these things. We'll have to see how that goes. So we can go like this. It should be fine with other blocks in place in between. So shouldn't be a huge issue there. We may have to remove it temporarily for the structure to form. I'll have to see. And I messed up. I want to put it 1 off the floor. So I'm going to keep it raised up. It looks better that way, in my opinion. Plus, it gives me room to set the barrel right on the floor. So, forgot that. And yeah, like, we may use, like, factory blocks or Tyrian, like, inside the machine, like, bounds like that. To kind of change things up a bit. Like I said, I may get rid of a lot of the concrete and just make basic walkways over time. Kind of see as the factory takes shape, you know, exactly how and what I want to do with it. Yeah. Long term, most of the floor is probably changing. Especially once we have maglev pylons going across the whole thing, it's like, at that point, the rest of it's gonna kind of become more irrelevant. The concrete will. Alright, there's that. So we can do this will be the... yeah, this is where the buses get kind of weird because you're gonna have to use like 1 and 1 sort of thing. So we'll do this as the output bus, I think. Like kind of right here, we'll just double output right into this. Let's see, will that work? Well, maybe. Let's see, what's the second layer look like? Yeah, we can do it from the second layer up there. That'll work. We can do the input bus, like, also around that area, I think. Because otherwise I'll have to put, like, the translocator, like, right here, you know? Or we can do, like, this can be the output bus. Yeah. That's it. But we'll see. For now, this'll do. Okay, I need to get up there. All right, so layer 2 is what here? Layer 2 has the gearbox casings there, and a firebox casing in the middle. All right, so we need the gearbox and firebox casings. Yeah. Okay, we can turn that to be like that. For now, this can be the output bus right here. I'm gonna need my crowbar to pull the thing off of it. Yeah, it has a conveyor module on there. We don't need that. That's just gonna needlessly slow the process down. Right, where the heck is it? It's in one of these, I think. Right, yeah. There it is. Alright. Here we go. There it is. Alright, we'll just set this to be the input bus for now. And that is probably going to change once all 4 multis are up and running. It will definitely do the job at the moment. Eventually I'll find a better spot for it. It'll probably input like closer to the top, I think. So for now, that can be, you know what? Let's just do it. Be consistent and do it over here. Yeah, I like that better. Translocators. I just need a bunch of translocators here. Get out of here, conveyor module. You're garbage. Okay, there we go. Input and output are done. We're going to need a liquid output bus somewhere. For now, it'll probably be like over here on the side. We'll probably just do it like right here. Some of the things I process have a liquid output. Let's see, ULV output hatch. That's what I want. Alright. Yeah, I need to make sure it doesn't have any funky stuff sitting on it. It doesn't need to be connected to anything right now. Let's see, this. That's definitely wrong. Let's see, what am I missing here? See, that's backwards. That's completely backwards. Right? Let's see. Which one is it again? It's right here. Okay. It's the middle is a firebox casing. The center ones are gearbox casings. So yeah, I did that wrong. It's actually the corners that a regular bronze brick. So like that. Then we go boom, 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 and then we have a firebox casing in the middle. Alright. Line 3 is firebox, pipe casings, and then all bronze-plated bricks. Okay, pipe casing. Boom, 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 boom. Then this is going to be a firebox in the middle right here. Then brick, brick, all the way around like so. Okay. Yep. And then layer 4. Firebox, 4 gearboxes again, and bronze bricks. That. Boom, 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 boom. Like so. Alright, layer 5 is just a whole bunch of bronze-plated brick. And then we'll put the steam hatch on top middle again. So like right here. Like, yeah, I could put them like farther out, but I want it to be symmetrical when it's done, so this will work. And we can get away with, I believe, just large bronze for 1 for now. I'll have to replace this with potent pipe when the time comes, but this is more than enough for now. I think the biggest I've seen this thing use is like 3,600 millibuckets or something like that. It's not much. So. Now we just gotta get it online here. And there we go. Alright, this should be filling up with steam. Let's... Okay, yeah, incomplete structure. It may be complaining about this stuff. That or I built it wrong. Who knows? Let's see. Are you complaining about this stuff? Okay. Still shut down due to incomplete structure. This one's a bit of a pain in the butt. So... Oh, I see what I did. Right there is my mistake. Yep. That's supposed to be gearbox casings. Whoops. There's that. Yep. Pillar up to this last one. This should fix it right here. Yep, there it is. Now it's enabled. Perfect. Okay. So what we'll probably do here as far as supports go is kind of like this. Sort of thing. Just like that. Hey, let's do it on both the outer ones. It's weird now that I look at it. So kind of like that. Yeah, that's better. That looks a lot more sensible, like it's actually supporting something. Alright, so let's reset these really quick. This should not take long at all. And this is the out right there. Alright, Steam is full. That one's operational. Nice. Alright, so next one we'll probably go right here. This will probably be like the alloy smelter blocks, I think. And we'll probably try and leave a little bit of space. Alright, what does the smelter look like? That's the steam fuser. And yeah, we still got the forge hammer and the compressor to do, plus others. I don't know if we're going to quad the alloy smelter, and this one's going to need its own supply if we do. I probably should, but let's see. Alloy smelter. Let's see. Just go advanced alloy smelter. Let's see. Recipes. Okay, there are higher tier recipes for this, so yeah. I think we'll stick with one for now. If we need more, we can always add more. It'll kind of go right in here. So the steam alloy smelter is not that big. And I can always add more if we do end up actually needing more than one. Okay, so we need input bus right here. This probably has a hatch or something on it, doesn't it? No. It's the output buses that have the hatches on them. I need to get rid of those real quick. There they are. Okay, that's much better now. So now we can go output bus there. This will just be bronze plated brick. So we have our output chest, input chest there. Need a free inventory slot again. What do I just get rid of the red alloy? Why do I even have that on me? That I Get rid of the pipe casing for now, too. I just need a free inventory slot to be able to set the translocators. Alright. So that's working. Steam fuser block goes right there. Okay, let's see. The center is pipe casing. Everything else is just generic blocks, except for the sides. To get the quite clear glass, because any HV tiered glass works. Just like that. We need 2 pipe casings right here in the middle. And the rest should just be bronze plated, with the exception of the hatch. So, we could probably just run the second line over here. These don't count as a light source for dynamic. That blows. Okay, there we go. Like to just place one there so I can see what I'm doing here. Give me just a second. I gotta go see what's going on with the dogs. They're going crazy. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Alright, back for now. I may have to go again here in just a second. We are out of pipes. That's not ideal. Let's see, I have one that's all, like, potent. Where is it? Yeah, right here. Alright, I need to get crafting set back up here before I can really do anything else. Let's see, where is it? In one of these bags, somewhere right here. I don't need tinkers set up right now. I need just regular old crafting station. Where is it? Where is it? Where did my crafting stations go? What the heck? Did I not bring them with me? Oh. I'm an idiot. They're right here. Dumb. Oh, man. Like, well, that was a dumb moment. Alright, hang on a second again. Okay, should be back for now. Hopefully. Hopefully no more interruptions. Unless the dogs go crazy. Alright, where was I at? Potent pipe. Huge potent pipes is what I need. I need a hammer for this. Let's see. Hammer. That should work. You need a hammer and a wrench for these right here. Let's see, we need double potent pipe. Double plates right here. 11. It's 32. 36. Alright. That should be enough. Maybe. Maybe not. Let's go with 60. Man, those hammers break so fast. Kind of silly. That's why I got a lot of them. I even got a diamond hammer in there, but that's not going to last much longer either, so... And my wrench actually broke. I don't know if I have any spare wrenches. Let's see. No, I don't. Alright. Well, time to make a new one. Let's make it out of vanadium steel so it lasts longer. Hammer is right here. And vanadium steel wrench. Yeah, big first thing that's going to have to happen is a giant supply of potent is going to have to get made again. Like, literally first thing, like, once everything is back online fully. Because, we're going to be using this, like, until I get oil-based products up and running. Then we won't really need large potent pipes anymore. We probably only need tiny ones at that point. Okay. So the hatch can just go, like, say, right here for now, I guess. Let's see, steam hatch right here, input bus steam. Boom. Okay, this should be a valid structure. Yes. Fine, now it's enabled. Alright, so we're just gonna run a large bronze to it for now, once the main potent line is in. I should not really need much more than that. Whoops. Dang it, I did it again. Alright, that should be more than sufficient for that. We'll have to get some lights in underneath here. Probably just one right under here for now. That is fine. Alright. So now we can just pull a bronze line like right off the bottom of this. And just run it straight over. So this thing doesn't use a whole ton either, so... Ow. I don't think I want to connect that right yet. I need to get rid of the hollow goggles. That's really screwing me up here. And get some more light. Okay. Ow, ow, yeah, I know. Trust me, I know, thing. Worth it. Alright, this should be on. Perfect. Yeah, then we can kind of come like over here and probably set up the compressor and the other one. And yeah, we can kind of go around here because we're definitely going to have 4 centrifuges. Like 100% 4 centrifuges. Now we'll probably just go right along with this, honestly. And just use it. I can always reconfigure these if I need more. So... see, what do we have left? Steam squasher and steam presser, so... probably set up the squasher here and the presser over here, because the presser is quite big, too. If I remember right, it's just like this for the squasher, right? Yeah, it's another 3x4 and literally nothing special, if I remember right. It's just hollow. Yep, it's just your typical GregTech multi. Alright. So, bronze brick there. Whoops, here I go again. Needs to be raised up one first. Let's see, where in the heck are my blocks? Alright, there we go. So, yeah, steam hatch. Get rid of you. Let's see, output bus. Go right there. The input bus can go right here, just like the other block. And that. And we'll get a light out so I can see what I'm doing. And I can just not mouse wheel today, apparently. What the heck? What the heck is wrong with me? Alright. And I'll probably just put the hatch right here, actually. So we could replace this with a giant, huge pipe, and then we'd be fine. Yeah. But given I need to run the thing, I should just run potent. Yeah, I should just run potent here. If that's the case. Because I'm going to need this for the other, too. Yeah, I should just run potent. Because we're going to need this for the other multi as well, so... potent should be enough for it. Okay. Making sure it's full of steam, because I can't see. Yeah. Correctly shut down due to incomplete structure, so you should just start working. Good. Perfect. Alright. We're almost done setting up the multis. I'll probably stop this stream once the multis are set up and the boiler's up there. And then I will probably be streaming again after dinner's ready. Just gotta get dinner ready. I gotta get the groceries situated that just came in. So, yeah. Once I get this last multi set up, I'll call it for now. And then like that, I'll stream again later. So I would like to get the rest of the base, like, at least operational again by the end of today. And then I'll have to do a bunch more resource farming and stuff like that. Because I am, like, getting low on iron and other materials. Before we can really get going, I'll have to do that. Alright, I need to find the rest of my translocators. May need to make more, actually. Okay, I do not have any more. So I'm gonna have to make some translocators here. They're really not that hard to make. Brass item pipes, aluminum casings, red alloy plates. So, alright, I just need to get the machine set up to do this. Alright, let's see. Where are the machines I need? Alright. Only really need to be able to make plates and casings. So we need the bending machine and the cutting machine. That's it. Advanced bender. And an advanced turbine. The cutting machine is probably already in the GregTech machine chest. Let's get the hollow goggles back on. It's probably in here. Where is my cutting machine at? Ah, there it is. Alright. We just need a basic turbine for that one. Advanced bender, basic cutter. just go plug into a pipe somewhere here. This will work. This is the advanced right there. And this is the basic right there. And we need that. Brass pipes. I don't know if I have any of those left. These use regular brass item pipes. Yeah. We need brass plates. Just got to get some water or lubricant or something in there for it to work. I don't want to use the distilled water. Blue does not make a very good lubricant, so we can't use that. Let's see. Is it in my backpacks? I think it's in my backpacks somewhere. Yeah, right there. Just got to get a little bit of this made, and then we're good to go. Okay, now we need ender pearls. That should be up here. And then the brass item pipes we can just make. Those are really easy to make. We're not going to get a ton of translocators because I got to make more brass plates. A brass ingot. Right there. Just smash the rest of it down, it's fine. Take the lubricant out. Get rid of all the aluminum plates, because I don't need those on me. There. Should be able to get a decent amount of translocators. Alright, 16 will do. Good enough for now. I need to get some glowstone. Which one is my glowstone in? Right here. In, out, perfect. Alright, steam squasher ready. So we'll leave like 3 spaces in between, and then we'll start here. So steam presser is a 5x5. We literally only need one of these, like, ever, so... I need factory blocks here. Oops. What did I grab that's garbage? I grabbed some kind of garbage. somewhere. Yep. Mob drops. Mobs dying underground, so... Okay, here we go. So... let's see, what all can I get rid of? I can get rid of those for now. I'll clean all this junk up later. We don't need wire cutters. We're not setting up anything with wires at the moment. We can change this back to GregTech concrete and put it away too. That'll clear up some room. Yeah. And we no longer need that. We're going to need one of these kind of right there. Alright, so this is another one of this design right here, I do believe, right? Yeah. Alright, so... our... Whoops, that's the wrong side. Input bus there. Where the heck is the last out? Was I would have been like, wait, where did it disappear to? That has a conveyor on it. Make sure this one does not. This one does not. Good. Set up our translocators here. There we go. All right. So, layer 1 is all bronze-plated bricks. Layer 2 is like a donut with wings on the side. And that's where the main block goes. Like the main block needs to replace this one right here. This multi is a little kind of wild looking compared to some of them. These are bronze plated bricks on the outside. 2, 3 layers with iron block on the middle ones there. We need to get our 2 iron blocks out. I forgot which backpack it's in. There they are. Just like that. And pipe casing with a plus but extended, and then pipe casing on the very top. Okay, that's kind of awkward. Where am I missing a bronze like casing here? That's probably why. This one, you know, I may be able to run it from that line, but probably best to just run it from this line. So let's just go right on over. Ow, ow, ow. I know. Get over it, thing. Alright. We'll just kind of feed it in right here. I don't know if this works, but I'm going to try it. It forms. I mean, it should work then. It's kind of silly looking, but if it works, it works, you know? Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Shut down. This should be able to activate. Steam is full. There you go. Alright, that's most of these. I still have the steam ovens to set up. When I get back, we'll set those up. So those are probably just going to run off this line and kind of set like right over in here. So let's go try and get the rest of the boilers up on top real quick, and then we'll call it there. Like that, I'll probably come back later. We'll start setting up the rest of the manual machine lines, and then see what kind of automation I might be able to get started on. Alright, this should be like mostly filled now. Yeah. 18. And 21. It should be able to handle that. These are plenty full. That was almost bad. Luckily, it's a Railcraft multi, so that actually came in handy there. Since I didn't break the bottom middle, it's fine. We'll just kind of throw one block of charcoal at it just to get this thing filling up. Yeah. That should be enough to get the last one in on that one. And over here. Okay, yeah. 288, 320, 360. That might be too risky right there, but it'll probably be okay. Keyword probably be okay. So I'm gonna have to kind of watch this for a second and see what it does. Whoops. There we go. That'll skip me over the pipes. I almost died there. There we go. Alright, that's at 9 kiloliters. Good. These are at 2.5 and 3. Alright, we're fine. Those will be pushing out plenty to get going. That's still at 124. Nice. These should be empty until those are full. This should have a backlog. Perfect. Alright. power plant is fully online now. So that's good. You can also take these out now. They're not necessary anymore. Where's the mom repellator? I should probably get that thing, like, online, like, yesterday, sort of thing. Let's see. Just need an advanced turbine, that's all. This uses literally, like, nearly nothing, so slapping it on there should be more than sufficient. We just rotate it so its output is there. And yeah, this is only like 16 EU a tick, so it's like even this is probably extreme for that. Even though it's an advanced turbine, like, not really gonna have to waste too much. We'll probably just go with a normal bronze pipe, just to make sure it's overkill. I don't think it needs even that much, but I want to make sure to gate the pipe before we do any kind of funny business there. That's going to struggle until the machine buffer fills. That's expected. There it goes. Alright, there's no real way to easily tell that I know of if these things are actually, like, functioning or not, but... Oh, my game mode updated somehow. There we go. Yeah, it may be a little too small. Oh, nope, it's working. There we go. It's only an MV repellator, so it's only like 16 EU a tick. Yeah. That's more than enough for that thing. It literally uses half an amp of LV, but at MV, so should be fine. And we can hook the silly alarm up again. It shouldn't go off until I like go up there and test it. All right. Ear warning. Just FYI. Here we go. I just want to test it and make sure it works. 3, 2, 1. Alright, works. Let's crank that up, set it to the Factorio sound, and we're good to go. Oh, what do you think so far here? I started to get the windows in, got all the storage moved over. The only thing left at the old base now is the smeltery. Basically. And until I get a way to move that infernal witch out of there safely, the smeltery's staying over there. So. But yeah, I got the full roof on and everything. Got the fort blocks in, got the scaffolding, changed the lights. I think it's looking pretty darn good so far. Got all 4 doors going, everything. All the multis are set up now with the exception of the steam ovens, which are just going to set up right here. And they're probably just going to run off of this pipe. Because the only thing on this pipe is the grinders right now. Right there. So I put these on their own pipe because the grinders use a ton of steam if they're grinding bones. So I want to make sure that it's got enough to support 2 of those while still running the ovens if they're on. Because the ovens actually use quite a bit too. So... let's see, we might be able to get away with the ovens right now. Let's see here. I think we can get away with the ovens. Large bronze, I can already tell you, is not gonna cut it, though. Like, this is basically potent pipe only territory. Given 4 of these suckers are gonna be running. There they are. That's what I was looking for. And I probably got time to set them up right now, I think. Because we only ever need 1 of these. And these, there's eventually going to be a quad centrifuge right here. And then, like, out here will probably be, like, the mixer and whatever the other one is. I forget. I can check the quest book real quick to see. It's in mass processing. Yeah, the mixer there, and then the ore washer. We're probably going to have a quad ore washer as well. And this sucker is gargantuan right here. So what I'll probably do with these is kind of wall share this side and then the back side of them, you know, to quad those up. And they'll probably go on the 2nd floor, given how big they are. Like, I'll put a top here, make a 2nd floor, and I may have to rewire some stuff here to make it look good, but that's a future me problem, because I don't have enough bronze to do it right now. Alright, this really does not consume a very large area whatsoever. Like, it could probably just go right in here, honestly. Yeah, I have 4 ovens, but like, not really the biggest of deals here. This can go there. Alright, need to set this up real quick here. Probably like this. Should be okay for now. So I got time to get these set up real quick. Let's see, we're gonna go like probably on the back end and then like that. Yeah, because we'll have the output like coming out there. I may just do that. We'll see. Yeah, I like the look of that better. Let's do it. Oh, yeah. Form the multi, so now it's like, hey, open GUI. How about no? Can mobs spawn on these? I don't remember. No. Perfect. Alright. That works. Why is that one tilted that way? What the freaking crap, Railcraft? What are you on, Railcraft? Why do you want to turn that way? That's so freaking weird. No, we can't wrench the thing. That is just straight up awkward. Not gonna lie. Alright, there we go. Railcraft being Railcraft right there. What can you do, right? Alright, so now I gotta figure out how I want to wire this mess. This may not be the smartest of ideas. uh, hmm. Oh, well, we can do it in right here. And out right there. Let's see. We may have to modify this a little bit. Then we can do an in and out right there. And then just drop that in the middle sort of thing. Like, maybe like... No. That's buses. Alright. And actually, that's not going to work either. So... let's just do this. There we go. That works. Alright. Now we just gotta wire up the translocators and, actually, no, that's not going to work. Because translocators. Shoot. I guess that's gonna have to work. We're gonna have to live with that. And I need to be able to access underneath these things. Translocator. May need to make more translocators here. Maybe. Man, I did start excavating underneath, so... I'll have to finish excavating that, like, later tonight, maybe. And then we'll actually set up the steam power plant next stream. Like the real plant, not the solar one up there. Right, I'm liking that. Okay, and then this will be the input right here. So I'm gonna go boom, boom, like that. 1 into 2. That'll input into the top, pull from the bottom. Alright. Then we just need to glowstone all these up. Now we need to set up this output right here. Alright, I need a couple more sets of translocators real quick. Need more of these than I thought I needed. And I set up a couple of temporary machines to get what I needed up here. If it works, sort of thing, you know? Alright, 14, so... And I gotta pull the lube back out. I think I put the lube back in the chest over here, didn't I? Put it in one of these somewhere. Nope. The lube must be in the backpacks. It's empty cells. That's garbage. That's empty cells. What about that one? That's steam and EBF. Here we go. Lube. Yeah, I just piggybacked off this line temporarily to make more translocators. Gotta do what you gotta do, you know? You realize, like, whoops, didn't prep enough. I do not want to crush the rest of these aluminum plates down just yet. save them for now. Okay, 14 there. 6. Get the rest of these done, sure. Okay, that's 8. 10, 10, 12, 12, 14, 14. Alright, that's gonna be there for a little while. This red alloy is just dead slow. Like, really, really dead slow. That's not what I wanted to do. Get that off my hotbar. And we can probably do that just so I can at least see what the heck I'm looking at. Alright, these should fill up with steam if I stick something in there once I wire them up. So, yeah, I left just enough room to wire these suckers in right through the back. I'll probably just go, like, knock this out and knock this out. And let's see, these can not really use a ton. They're like, what, 1,000 a second, so large bronze should be sufficient. Large bronze should be more than enough to run 4 of these suckers. They're like a little under 1,000 per second, I think. If my estimations are right, anyway. They're probably wrong. And we'll find out if they are. If they jam up, we know why. So... And yeah, I'll beautify the wiring a bit, like, later, because this obviously ain't gonna work once we get 4 of these. So, it's not the end of the world right now. Just needs to get there. Wow, that was a fail. GregTech. GregTech and its goofy hitboxes. For things. Can't beat it sometimes, right? These things really do have some silly hitboxes compared to their size, but it's because of the this whole mechanic and being able to rotate. Is why they're like that. Alright. And that wins Worst Wiring Job of the Day award. What is your malfunction, huh? That's your malfunction. Right there. Alright. Alright, all the Steam multis are online now. So that's good. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream. I'll be back after dinner's done for even more fun. Yeah, and then we'll start getting the manual electric machines up and running. Thinking LV line kind of like right along here in this area, and then MV line like maybe over here sort of thing. So, or I could just do them all in one giant 2 lines like of potent pipe. We'll figure it out. May actually be smarter to just come and pull a line right here and just put it right here. You know what? I'll do that. I like that idea better. It's less pipe wasted right now. I don't really have a lot of pipes, so... Yeah, well, when I come back later, we'll pull a line off, a couple of lines actually, off of here. And set up like the manual machines like over this way or something. I could pull this one as one and probably move a couple of these over to this side. Alright, that works. So yeah, we'll pull off of here, we'll make our manual machines like over here. And then I'll probably save like these over here for, or even these over here for when we make a second floor and actually start automating like all kinds of different things. For now, I think I'm making good progress. Should have this thing fully operational by the end of tonight, so that's good. And then I can work on like beautifying things like over time. It's like I still got to get the cracked bricks and another block palette in here to kind of make this look less monotonous. You know, things like that. Kind of fancify it a little bit because it kind of looks bland at the moment. But yeah, thank everybody for watching. I will be back here in a few hours with even more of this. We'll set up all the small machines in the EBF and set up the brick blast furnaces as well. So, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do after that. Probably start gathering resources for automation. And like you said, if you want to see more of the monotonous stuff, I can always stream that. So you get the full experience of what it's like. So, yeah, I'll be back in a few hours. Alright. Bye, everybody, for now. Alright.